So you're thinking about moving to Bellevue, Washington. Well, stick around. In this video, we're gonna go through all the pros and all the cons of what it's actually like to live here in Bellevue. There's definitely some great things, but also some not great things. So we wanna make sure you guys are informed if you're thinking about making the move, about if it actually is a good fit for you and your lifestyle. So if you're looking to learn more about Bellevue, stick around. We're gonna get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know all there is to know about living in King County or places like Bellevue, like we're talking about today, hit the subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications. That way you can be the first to be notified of a new video of Bellevue or one of our other favorite cities here in the King County area. I'm Brad Decater with the Decater Home Team, and we get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you every day who are looking to make their move to King County. So whether you're 1 day or 1 year away, we would love to help you make a move. The contact information is below, so feel free to text, email, hop on a Zoom call with us. We would love to help you make a smooth move to King County. So getting right into the video here, we're doing the pros and cons. Number one for pro is going to be school districts. The Bellevue School District is one of the top ones in the entire state of Washington. It goes between 1 and 2. Mercer Island's really good. There's a few that kind of, they go back and forth. But if you take a look at the most recent statistics, Bellevue is right up there at the top. So just an amazing school district. Why is this so important for making your move? Obviously, number one is your kids. A lot of people, or all parents, obviously care about what school district their kids are in. But more than that, not only is it great schools and really safe and just really good education, but school districts are a very important part of real estate and real estate prices. So one of the main reasons why Bellevue is such a expensive market and such a great place to live is because of those great school districts. So even before all the tech was here and we had this crazy growth as far as pricing goes, the school districts were always up at the top. And so Bellevue School District, or excuse me, Bellevue in general, has always been a very desired area because of those good school districts. So as far as real estate is concerned, it's a great place for future growth and for just kind of stabilizing area because school districts are good. We know that families are always going to want to live there and have their kids be raised in these great school districts. So number one pro, definitely top of the list would be the school district. All right, so my con number one is going to be affordability and real estate prices. Bellevue, as you probably know if you're watching this video, is a very, very expensive market. As far as average price point is concerned and median price point, Bellevue is really one of the most expensive areas in the entire state of Washington. There's a few more like Medina and Mercer Island are pretty up there as well, but Bellevue is just extremely expensive as far as the real estate is concerned. So if you're a family moving in the area and you're looking for a regular 4-bed, 2-bath, 2,500 square foot house, that is going to cost you a couple of million in the Bellevue area. Even in kind of Old Town Bellevue, getting a Rambler 3-bed, 1-bath, pretty small 1,200 square foot house is going to be pretty up there. So $1 million in Bellevue is not going to get you very far, especially at least in downtown Bellevue. So Bellevue is pretty big. We'll talk about the location here in a minute. But definitely affordability is a major issue. So if you're someone who's looking to make the move over here and you can afford Bellevue, there's no question about it. Bellevue is an amazing place to live because of all the reasons I'm going to tell you, but definitely one of the cons is going to be affordability. So if you're someone who has a budget that's kind of outside of the Bellevue range, you might have to look at the outskirts of Bellevue or different areas that are kind of close to Bellevue. So con number one is going to be the affordability and prices of real estate and just cost of living in general. So everything's pretty expensive in Bellevue. All right, pro number two is going to be the economics, overall economical health of Bellevue. So another thing that kind of ties to real estate and why it's a good investment is because Bellevue has tons of really really great high-paying jobs, especially in the tech industry. So Microsoft, Amazon, Expedia, they all have headquarters right here in Bellevue. So Bellevue has great economics and there is definitely lots of money in Bellevue. So for that reason, it's a very good thing for basically future growth. So anytime I'm looking at a different real estate market and kind of at least looking at it as an investment opportunity, future growth and economics of the area is a very important part of an investor's underwriting of an actual location and specifically a city. So Bellevue definitely checks the boxes on the economics. So the tech jobs are great. These businesses are not startups. If you heard me mention them, Bellevue, Amazon, Expedia, these are big companies that really, realistically, I mean, they're not going anywhere. Amazon will probably own the world at some point. So having their headquarters here in Bellevue is a really good thing for the general area and keeping their real estate values, because it's always going to be in high demand because this is such a great city to live in and the economics are so good. All right, con number 2 is going to be the traffic. So traffic is pretty bad in Bellevue. It depends on where you're at specifically, but when you look at downtown Bellevue, Bell Square, Bellevue Way is kind of the main drag that goes through the Bell Square area. It can be pretty trafficy, and then you're not going to get much luck on 405 either. So 405, the Interstate 405 is going to go north to south. So I-405 is going to go north to south, and it's really just adjacent to the Bellevue Way. So it's a little bit over, but it does cut right through Bellevue, and 405 is pretty terrible, I got to tell you. I mean, if you're coming from anywhere below Bellevue, let's say you're in Renton and you're going to go to Bothell, and you're just going to go right through Bellevue, Kirkland area, it almost all times during the day is going to be not very great, and specifically during rush hour, it is terrible whether you're going up north or you're coming down south. The reverse of that, Bothell to Renton, for example, it's going to be pretty bad during the rush hour, no matter which direction you're going. And that's going to be, between 7:30 and 9:30 a.m. and then again, 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. And like I said, even during like lunch or any other kind of general time frame, traffic is not going to be very good on 405 specifically, and then definitely in your downtown areas as well. The neighborhood areas and kind of the outskirts, not so bad there. But con number 2, definitely going to have some traffic here in the Bellevue area. All right, pro number 3 is going to be just awesome, fun things to do. Lots going on in Bellevue. So the main Bellevue Park is an amazing place to take your family, your dog, whatever, just a really good setting there. There's also Bellevue Square. So the mall, there's actually 2 malls in Bellevue, but Bellevue Square is a massive mall, pretty luxurious mall. So really nice, well taken care of. And there's lots of other just different parks and things to do, and lots of free events too. So at the park, there's going to be events. Snowflake Lane on on Bellevue Way is an awesome little gathering that they do every Christmas time. So during the holiday season, Snowflake Lane is a little event where they have these guys that are on stilts and making drums, they're making music, and they have actually snowflakes. I think it's like soap, but they're coming up from the rooftops, and it's just this like snowflakey wonderland with all this really awesome music, really high energy. So Snowflake Lane is super cool, but there's also just lots and lots of other parks. In the vlog tour, we go see a few of the parks, so check out the vlog tour here. But even in the vlog tour, you couldn't even see as many parks as we wanted to show. There's lots of different parks and fun things to do in Bellevue. Specifically, like I said, the shopping. So it's got all your groceries and stuff like that, but just entertainment-wise, luxury shopping, really good luxury stores, just regular stores too in Bell Square, but then also really nice restaurants. Pretty good wide variety of restaurants though too. We have definitely luxury, John Howie or Ruth's Chris, things like that. And then there's lots of really good bars and pubs as well that are in downtown Bellevue. So just in general, I mean, if you're someone who is exploring Bellevue, maybe you've even been here before and you flew down here, you probably know there's no shortage of entertainment and things to do. Bellevue is like, it's a huge city, much like Seattle. But the great part about Bellevue, when you compare to Seattle at least, is that it's just so much cleanlier. It's so much nicer, so much cleaner than it is in Seattle. So that's one thing that I love about Bellevue. So Bellevue is a major metro city. It's got skyscrapers, so when you like drive up, or even if you were flying over it, you would say this is a real serious downtown city, much like Seattle. The difference is it's just so much nicer, and it's got suburbs too. Seattle does as well, but I would say they're definitely much different. So another thing that I like, this doesn't even make the list for pros, but along with the entertainment of Bellevue, it's great because you can live in an actual neighborhood, but also have the downtown Bellevue right across the street. And downtown Bellevue has all the stuff that we're just mentioning, all the entertainment, all the restaurants, all the luxury stores. So you kind of get all of it when you're in Bellevue. So pro number 3, definitely going to be entertainment, parks, things to do in general. All right, con number 3 is going to be the weather. I actually was trying to shoot the vlog tour today, ended up coming to the office to shoot this pros and cons video. We didn't get to shoot the vlog tour today because the weather was so terrible. It was super, super rainy. So right now, this is actually November 2nd, I believe, that I'm filming this. And it was pretty bad out there. So very, very rainy. This makes the pros and cons list for almost every city that I do because a lot of people are looking from out of state. So Bellevue, no different than Seattle, Issaquah, the whole King County area in general. If you're coming from a different area, different state, the weather is going to be a shock to you. We get lots and lots of rain, especially from about now, October to March or so. Then once we hit spring and summertime is the great time of year here in the King County area. So we do love the summers. It's typically 70 to 90, although it really very, very rarely meets the 90-degree mark. So it's kind of perfect temperatures in the summertime. But if it's your first time in this climate, it's going to be a shocker for the winter time and through kind of the fall as well, because we just get lots of rains, pretty heavy rains, and it's fairly cold, but it's not so cold that it snows a lot. Bellevue specifically might get snow once a year. It might not even get any, it might not even get any snow on any given year. So very scarce for the snow, but the temperature in degrees are going to be above freezing, but definitely going to be in that colder range, maybe around 40 degrees throughout the winter time. So pretty frigid, pretty cold, but the worst part is just it's raining all the time in those months. And in general, even if it's not raining, it can get pretty gloomy. So although Bellevue is an absolutely beautiful area, especially on a sunny day, hopefully I can get some footage of that. When it's a gloomy day, it just kind of takes away from the awesome, feel of Bellevue that it has, because on a gloomy day, it's just that kind of sets the tone. So con number 3, definitely weather, just like every other area in King County. If you're looking from Arizona and Florida and Texas, this is going to be a shocker. So definitely something to be aware of is that the weather is less than ideal, at least for half the year. All right, that's the list for pros and cons, guys. A couple things that I missed though. We have also big hospital care here. So Overlake Hospital, Kaiser, Swedish, all very big companies. So really good hospital care. That also means it's good for the economics as well, because there's lots of jobs there at those big, huge hospitals. Another thing is proximity. So I just want to touch super quickly, and we can throw a map up here just to show you where Bellevue's at. But it's a really great location because if you are someone who's commuting to Seattle, it's a pretty easy commute to Seattle. Most people living in Bellevue, since there's so many jobs there, they're probably also working in Bellevue. So anywhere, if you're in Bellevue, even on the outskirts, getting into downtown Bellevue is going to be pretty easy for you. But the other great part is that it's right off the Freeway 405, and then I-90 is at the south side of Bellevue, so they kind of intersect there. So that's why in general, proximity is good, because you can kind of get to anywhere here in the local King County area. Bellevue is, I would say, kind of like a middle area, a middle spot. The main highway 405 going all the way north and south, and then the I-90 going east and west. They basically, they intersect right at the south end of Bellevue. So because of that, no matter where you're going, from Bellevue, it's a nice central location, so the proximity is great for everything that you want to do. Go catch a Mariners game, Seahawks game, very close to Seattle, or if you want to go to the mountains or Seattle, mountains or like Issaquah, Snoqualmie area, Snoqualmie Falls, it's still pretty easy to get there. Same with attractions, north and south. So great proximity. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you guys in knowing the pros and the cons of Bellevue. It's definitely a great area to live, but the prices are pretty high, so it can be a little bit unaffordable, which is why this channel is meant to show you guys all the different areas. So if Bellevue is too expensive or not a good fit for you, check out our other videos. We look at all the major areas here in King County, and we do videos on each one so you guys can explore which market is best for you and the pros and cons and all the things about those markets. So again, if you're looking to make your move to King County, reach out below, and we would love to talk to you guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.